Here we go. So good morning, everyone. Thank you so much to be part of the Hillside Wine and Spirit in California and Regency Wine Nevada with Reno operation in Las Vegas. I want to thanks to all my team to make this happen, to reach out for you guys. And most important, I want to thanks to all of you that took the time this morning to be a part of it and to be part of this Breakfast of the Champions. It's actually a good week to talk about champions. I want to put my hat down to the Lakers, as I'm a huge fan. I don't know if you are, but it was a very good victory. So I think today we're going to cheers to that as well. Thank you again to be part of this meeting. The way it's going to go is we're going to have Etienne present the Cordon line of product from Santa Barbara. He's the winemaker, he's the owner, he's the guy that puts all that together for us. And producing those amazing line of products. Then we're going to test the wine together, Sauvignon Blanc, the new release. I hope everybody has the ball ready to go. This 2019 Happy Canyon Sauvignon Blanc. That's what you should start right away with. And we're going to then talk about the Pinot Noir from Santa Rita Hills. At the end of the session, I will announce the special deals, and it's going to be in place for 10 days for you to lock it up. At the time you locked it up your deal, you will have the ability to use the same deal until the end of the year. So it's a great incentive for everyone to really make the numbers happen. Of course, if you like the wine. And that's what we are here to define today, and also to know a little bit more about Cordon. So here we go. So everybody, we're 30 of us right now. Great group, great community. I really appreciate that. Etienne, good morning, my friend. I really appreciate that you make it up this morning to introduce yourself to everyone. Everyone is in the industry. Everyone is trade. So everyone has a notion of wine, of course. We want to know a little bit more about you, your background. How did you start the Cordon line of product? And we want to know everything about you and your wine. So here we go. This is your show, my friend. So go ahead and let's actually do the traditional cheers. So everybody grab a glass of the Sauvignon Blanc. Beautiful color. Don't see much with my background, but here we go. Cheers to the industry. Cheers to us, guys. And again, thank you, Etienne, to be part of this. And cheers to the Lakers. And a big thought for my friend Kobe Bryant. Here we go. So let's make this happen. Etienne, good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Bruno, and thank you for the opportunity, and thanks for everyone who's logged on to share your time with me this morning here in Santa Barbara County.
There we go. Everybody can hear you pretty well, so go ahead. Etienne, please tell me a little bit more about your background, how you became a winemaker. I know you have a different life, and I know you're a pretty intriguing guy and you don't talk too much about it, but let's talk about your education and where you're from, where your parents are from.
Well, so my family's from Belgium originally, and I have family in Belgium and in France, and I grew up in the wine world, enjoying fine wines and knowing about vineyards, but never really got into it until I became older. And after graduating college at UCSB, I went on to UC Davis to study viticulture and enology. And in 1998, I dove into the wine industry, working at Letitia Barnwood. That was my first place I worked at $8 an hour and slugging it out. So I've been in the business now for 20 years. It's been very, very exciting and enjoying it for all aspects, from production to marketing and sales. But I started Cordon of Santa Barbara in 2001 after working at Gainey Winery and Vineyard. And I decided to, in 2001, I'm going to make this happen. And I've had the brand that's focused on Santa Barbara County only since 2001.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about your military background, because that will always define more details on the wine it looks like. So tell us a little bit more about what you do as well for us.
Well, so at 18, I joined the United States Navy, and I wanted to serve the country and do something exciting. So I tried out for a SEAL team and made through this training process. And I've been a SEAL for 30 years now. I'm still in the reserves. But I joined the Navy, and they had the GI Bill at the time. So the GI Bill helped me pay for college for all my education in the wine industry. So I focused on the wine industry after college, but also stayed in the reserves. Unfortunately, got called up 3 times after 9/11. 9/11, I was harvesting grapes, and yeah, that was a pretty amazing moment and sad moment for us. Having a harvest, just got done harvesting all these beautiful grapes, making a beautiful product to turn on the TV and see what happened. So stayed in reserves, got recalled, and but now I'm back for good. I'm at the end of my rope. I just turned 50. So
Congratulations. It's a good
no one needs old military people around. So I'm going out towards the horizon and retiring soon. So that's my military side.
Can you tell us if your background as a military to the winemaking, the relationship between the two? How do you see yourself more in the winemaking with your military background? Do you think that's play a role in your winemaking, pretty much?
Yeah, and it's also, I think, a mindset. So I enjoy doing something that is bigger than myself. So serving the country is something bigger than myself. And then working with nature and vines and making wine is something bigger than myself, because it's been around with humanity for millennia, and it will stay with humanity for millennia going forward. So like, it's really something bigger than me. So I enjoy doing that. So I serve the vine, I serve the product, I serve the culture of wine and viticulture. So it's my passion, and I put that before myself. So in production winemaking, I try not to get tired or burned out. I just focus on making a good product, and it takes a lot of time, and it's kind of like a never quit mindset of making a good product. Very early mornings, you're up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get out in the vineyard, and you're working and easily till 10 o'clock at night to process all that fruit in a timely manner. So I think the military structure definitely helped. But yeah, it's a mindset basically.
I think it does help, because I know you now for a long period of time. I will say more than 10 years, and I will see then on the Cordon wine that we're doing more than 5 or 6 years together now. I see the consistency on the product, and consistency for me is discipline. And I have to say then the consistency of Cordon, even if we start doing, you were making like very, very low production to start with, like 50 cases of each flavor, just to tap the water, just to figure out what the market was demanding, what's the result and the feedback of the market. But I can see then, even you grow in production little by little, which today is not huge, but it's bigger than what it used to be. You have the consistency on the quality. So that's what I believe your background did play a big role. To be disciplined and to make this one very precise. Let's talk a little bit more about the appellation of Santa Barbara. Obviously, that's where you're making all your wine from, all the different AVA from Santa Barbara, all the different subdivision. Can you tell us why Santa Barbara? What do you think Santa Barbara and what Santa Barbara do have to offer to us as far as quality and profile?
Well, Santa Barbara is unique. It has the only transverse mountain range in North America. So the mountain range goes east to west, and the ocean is open. There's no mountain range that goes north-south that blocks the marine flow. So it has a very interesting microclimate throughout all the different AVAs in Santa Barbara County. And I've seen quality fruit being produced here, over time. There's a lot of money being poured into this county. There's a lot of focus on making great wines here, and it shows. And so there's a diversity of varietals planted here. Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are grown by the coast, and as you go more east and away from the coast, you'll have the Rhone varietals or the Bordeaux varietals. So like Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre for the Rhone, and then Sauvignon Blanc, Cab, Merlot, Cab Franc, Bordeaux varietals more to the east. and it shows in the bottle. I mean, the wine has got in Santa Barbara County has gotten a lot of recognition, and it's catching up. I mean, it'll always be behind Napa in terms of marketing and popularity, but people who discover Santa Barbara find the wines to be very unique, brighter in acid, and have a lot of depth.
Okay, what about the soil?
The soil is diverse, so there's some sand aspects, sandy soils, which are north in Santa Maria Valley, a lot of dunal sand, so like the sands from the ocean that blow and create these dunes. So that's in Solomon Hills area of Santa Maria Valley predominantly. Then you have sandy loam, some loam aspects. You have some fossilized clay. And in the Santa Rita Hills appellation, predominantly you have calcareous soil, or actually is diatomaceous earth. So the diatoms of like little organisms, ocean organisms that died and fell to the ocean floor and compressed. That diatomaceous earth is alive in the Santa Rita Hills. There's actually a diatomaceous earth mine in Lompoc area. So there's abundance of diatomaceous earth, which adds another aspect to some of the wines grown in Santa Rita Hills, like Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. And soil is important because people ask, well, why do you talk about soil? There's a thing called the cation-anion exchange, how the plants uptake nutrients. So that's why soil plays an important part, and also how you irrigate. Sand will give up water very easily, but very clay soils will retain water, and so that's an effect on how the vine grows and how the grape flavor profiles show.
Got it. You obviously establish yourself a long-time relationship with those growers, as you don't own any vineyard right now. What's you looking for when you are making this connection with the grower? What is the type of agreement that you have, and what are you looking for as far as quality of grape?
Well, with the grower, I see, where's their passion in growing, the best grape possible. And then I see, well, what kind of money do you guys have to make this happen? Because it's very, very costly to start this. And it's a long-term vision. So hopefully their vision's long-term as well, and not just, a year-to-year vision. And then I go out to all the different sites within the AVA and taste and research and see what has impactful flavors. So that is why Cordon of Santa Barbara as a brand only focuses on AVA. So Sauvignon Blanc, I find, grows really well in the Happy Canyon of Santa Barbara AVA, so I focus on Sauvignon Blanc there. I see Pinot Noir in the Santa Rita Hills shows very well, so I focus on Pinot Noir in Santa Rita Hills. Chardonnay does really well in Santa Maria Valley, so I focus on Santa Maria Valley. And then I have some Rhone blends that are from Saint Ynez Valley, so I have a Marsanne, Roussanne, Viognier called Cuvée Blanc, and then the Cuvée Rouge, which is a GSM, Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, and that's in the Saint Ynez Valley. And I find the Saint Ynez Valley has a nice climate, and there's some great vineyards there that produce a great Rhone style wine.
Nice. And the winery that you build is actually in
Buellton.
Buellton. Okay.
Yeah, so Buellton is kind of like the hub of the wheel for Santa Barbara County viticultural area. To the east, you have Happy Canyon, Santa Barbara. To the west, you have Santa Rita Hills. To the north, you have Santa Maria Valley and all the little vineyards in between. If you look at the map, you can see Buellton, and you can see it's kind of like the hub of the wheel in an agricultural area of Santa Barbara County.
Got it. I'm going to show a map. Maybe you want to step out of your car and maybe show us where you at when everybody else is going to maybe talk about the Sauvignon Blanc together. I'm just going to try to get a map for everyone to see where we are regarding the Sauvignon Blanc. So the Sauvignon Blanc is come from Happy Canyon. Etienne, you're not on Happy Canyon right now. You're in Santa Rita Hills. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Happy Canyon and obviously where you purchase your grape to do this Happy Canyon Sauvignon Blanc on your release?
So right now I'm very far west of Happy Canyon of Santa Barbara AVA. But Happy Canyon area, I have 3 vineyards. It's Grimm's Bluff, which is biodynamically farmed.
Yeah.
Vogelzang and Star Lane are the 3 vineyards I work with, and I use different clones, Clone 1 and Muscat clone, and I do little blends there. And I ferment that 100% stainless steel to keep it bright and crisp. So it's really a true Sauvignon Blanc that reflects the AVA of Happy Canyon Santa Barbara because of the 3 vineyards I use.
Okay, can you go through the process making the Sauvignon Blanc for us?
So we handpick the Sauvignon Blanc, bring it to the winery. We will press it lightly. We don't go above 1.8 bar because we don't want too much bitterness coming out. The juice runs into the pan out of the press. The juice goes into a tank, and then we'll chill it down to around 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll let all the dirt and the natural stuff, the bugs, you know, because you're picking a product from a vineyard, is going to have bugs on it. You're going to have some dirt on it. We let all that settle to the bottom of the tank for 3 or 4 days. Kind of like salad dressing in the refrigerator, it stratifies. We'll take the clean wine off the top, throw away all that settling stuff, and then we'll send it to stainless steel barrels, add yeast, and cold ferment it for about 30 days, 30 days to ferment it. So fermentation takes the sugars in the juice down and converts that to alcohol and CO2. And basically after 30 days, I have Sauvignon Blanc wine. I stir the barrels often to get some mid-palate texture, and I try to bottle it within 6 months of harvesting it.
Okay,
And
when you're making the Sauvignon Blanc, do you have any French wine that you have in your mind when you're making it?
I do. I try to model off Sancerre. I love Sancerre Sauvignon Blanc, and so that it is, you know, nice acidity, you know, not overly ripe, but not nice fruit profiles and acidity, not kind of like the New Zealand style where they call it the cat piss on a gooseberry type notes.
Yeah.
I'm not New Zealand. I try to be old world Sancerre style, but I know I'll never be Sancerre because I'm Santa Barbara. So I try to be as best as I can Sancerre, giving our climate and our soils.
Well, I believe then you don't want to be Sancerre because you have your own terroir and you have your own exposure and your own soil, and you definitely are not in France. So, but I believe what you're trying to accomplish here, it's the high acidity, the brightness, not using any oak, trying to get the fruit express the terroir of Santa Barbara, and especially Happy Canyon. That for me, and I don't know if everybody will agree with me, but Happy Canyon is definitely the place for Sauvignon Blanc in Santa Barbara. What is the production level of this beautiful Sauvignon Blanc? We just launched in 2019, and I'm going to come back, maybe make the difference between 18 and 19, even if it's not much difference in California with the irrigation system, but it's always a difference. And you're going to tell me about the 18 and 19, but what is the production that we do in the 19 now?
200 cases.
200 cases only. Okay. We're starting to obviously have a lot of good placement with this wine, and yeah, maybe we'll increase that later on, you know, when the economy is back and all that. What are you going to do in 2020? Are you going to keep the same volume, or did you reduce a little?
I reduced a little bit just because the uncertainties, so I'm down to 120 cases.
Got it.
And so I left some fruit on the vine. I didn't want to commit to it. As you said, kind of uncertain times, you know, so I didn't want to have too much inventory, you know,
yeah,
and get backed up. So that I just went down a little bit to be conservative.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
hope
the right thing.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope it all goes and I sell
Me
out.
too, but we want to be sure that you keep your cash flow tight because you're a small operator, and that's why we love to help and support small grower and small winemaker with a small project like yours. Tell us a little bit more about, obviously we were selling the 18 very well. We actually sold out, and we just released the 19. It was a huge difference between the 18 and the 19.
There's a little more bright acidity in the 19. I picked it a little bit earlier, and that's about it. I think they're both very, very nice wines. They have a common thread, but I find the 19 has a little more acidity.
Okay, and I have a question for you from one of the person. Kat is asking the effect of the wind in Happy Canyon, being a little bit further from the ocean. Is any effect from the weather, from the winds?
Well, we actually get quite a bit of wind in Santa Barbara County in general, in the Sentinez Valley. So it gets pretty breezy. So in the eastern part of the county, it gets a lot warmer, and the warm air rises and then pulls in that marine air. So it can be pretty breezy. So if you have vineyards on a bluff, They could be, they call it mechanical damage when the leaves are moving around so fast they can actually bruise themselves. But most of my vineyards are down in these little bowls and not so much on a bluff. And so the wind hasn't been a real big factor for our vineyard sites.
Okay. Very well. I'm going to ask anyone if anyone is ready to describe what they find out about the Sauvignon Blanc and see if everybody agreed and everybody want to add something on the chat box. So is anyone up to the task with the Sauvignon Blanc? I don't want to point anyone, so it would be great. And somebody's telling me then he's ready. There we go. Karen from Reno. She's here, Reno 100. Thank you, Karen, to be here.
Good morning, and good morning, Etienne. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you again. Cheers. I'm great, thank you.
Wow, this is drinking really nice.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
This is drinking really nice. I think you nailed it on the Sancerre style.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. There's that little lace of minerality like you get in the Sancerre style, but I'm getting a little smidge of apple, really beautiful citrus, this little layer of pear in there going. It's got this kind of almost little caramely thing happening, which is really, really unique and lovely for a Sauvignon Blanc. But I'm telling you, you nailed it on the acid, my friend. It's really phenomenal. I'm digging it.
Great. Thank you, Karen. I really appreciate for the support as well. Does anyone want to add anything to this Sauvignon Blanc? So again, I'm trying to see everyone on one picture, on one frame, but I can't. So if I don't see you waving, it's not because I don't want to see you, it's because I have to deal with two screens. Is anyone want to get a little bit more on the Sauvignon Blanc?
Let's get Court Cardinal to say something.
Okay, Court. Court, you're here. Good morning, my friend. You put your hats on. That's good. You're mute. You want me to unmute you or you don't want to talk? You don't have to. I'm going to unmute you for a sec. Ask her to unmute.
Good morning, Court.
Can you click on the button on the top corner? There you go.
Unmuted? Am I
You're
unmuted?
alive.
You are.
I'm alive.
You're alive.
Alive.
Court, my friend Court, owner of the Fandango Hotel in Carson City. Good morning, my friend. Thank you so much to be part of this meeting this morning. How's Carson City doing?
Doing well. Doing well. As long as the smoke from California can stay out of Nevada.
Sorry.
We're good.
You want to build a wall, a bridge, or something? No, just kidding.
Just a giant fan. Blow it someplace else, right?
There we go. Did you enjoy the Sauvignon Blanc?
I did very much, and I agree a lot with Karen. In fact, there was something that I wasn't quite picking up on, and I think that the caramel is exactly what it was. But for me, the three things that immediately hit me is it's, the acidity, it's crisp, and it's just elegant. Nothing's hitting you. It's very well balanced. It's elegant. You've got that crisp right off the gate when you first put it in your mouth, and then it just flows through beautifully. There's no harsh flavors anywhere. It's just blended. Nothing's hitting you in the head. It's all very well put together like a nice symphony. So, bravo. I think you did a great job, and I think it's a great, great, great bottle of wine.
Thank you, Court. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you for the support all this month and all this year. Thank you, buddy. I hope to see you in person very soon. Thank you. Yes, I agree with a little note here. Someone said about floral. Dave, my buddy Dave, floral and stone fruit for sure. I mean, stone. I have creaminess, yes. I believe does have this white hawthorn or white flower for me. The caramel is maybe a way than you describe it, but it's maybe also this very intense white flower then going through the glass. Again, this is a very young wine. It's 2019. We just released the wine. As we mentioned to you, it's only 200 cases of it. So yes, it's one of the go-to Sauvignon Blanc that we're making in the market. It looks like it fits most of the palette where people are looking for acidity, but also texture. And I think this one delivered a lot for the money. So I hope then everybody enjoy it. Again, you're welcome to put any, I have, how long is on the lee? Kat always asks me some great technical question. I love it. How long is going to be, how long is on the lee, please, Etienne, to make this creaminess?
Yeah, so that's the good a question, and that's where you get some of that caramel note, creaminess note. So it's on the lees, and what I do is called bâtonnage. So once I go into those stainless barrels, for the 6 months that it's in barrel, every week I go in and I stir the lees up and get that into suspension. There's a compound that the lees could create called glycerin. So the glycerin gives you that mid-palate fattiness. And so for at least 6 months, it's on the lees. And then
6 months.
6 months. And then a month before bottling, I let it all settle out and I don't stir it. And then it clarifies the wine, the lees settle to the bottom.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. That's actually the result is right there, and you can see the lee contact for 6 months definitely bring over the texture of the wine. And we all know that it's easy to make a wine these days, but then it's not so easy to make different layers and different texture and different characteristic to the wine. And the most important for us, I believe, is texture. And that brings a lot to the glass. Amazing. If nobody has any other question on the Sauvignon Blanc, I am going to move to Pinot Noir. So this is the time for you to switch glasses. And what we're going to do is we're going to invite Etienne to give us a little tour to the Santa Rita Hills. I'm going to show you a map very quickly. I hope this time is going to work. I don't know if the other one did work. I'm going to have Etienne step out of the car and show us where he's at. I am going to try to share a map with you again, see if it works. It should work. So this one we already saw, it's Happy Canyon. We're going to show another map. As you can see, I'm very good at this. Here we go. We're going to have the, I have a lot of window open. Okay, I'm going to turn this. There we go. So that is my Santa Rita Hills Pinot Noir. Does everybody see the map?
Yes.
No.
Yes?
No, I don't. No.
No.
You don't see the map?
No.
We just see your screen with all of your files.
That sounds great. Okay. Okay, so I will deal with the map in a minute. Sorry about the technical thing. I'm still not used to it too much. But anyhow, Etienne, most important, where are you? Tell us a little bit more about Santa Rita Hills.
So right now I'm in my truck, but let me get out on my pickup truck. And so right now I'm in the Santa Rita Hills, and we are looking south, and you can see the mountain range up there. That mountain range is part of the Los Padres National Forest, and it's also a transverse mountain range. And just down below is Highway 246, which cuts through the county from Lompoc all the way to Happy Canyon, Santa Barbara. So it goes east to west.
That's why you call your Cuvée Rhone Red Cuvée 246.
Yeah, Cuvée Rouge 246. After that, Highway 246 that cuts the county in half. Also the Cuvée Blanc 246. And so here, I'm walking through the vineyard, and so we have a little bit. We've picked everything. We already picked the Pinot Noir from John Sebastiano Vineyard. This is John Sebastiano Vineyard. It's part of the Les Jumeaux program. So in that wine of the Pinot Noir is here, the Sebastiano Vineyard, and also Fiddlesticks, which is a little bit farther south from Sebastiano Vineyard.
So there are those two vineyards. Those two vineyards. Then you pick it up to do the Les Jumeaux.
Les Jumeaux.
For the people that don't know what Les Jumeaux means twins, because you also do have twins, and because it was a relationship between these two vineyards, correct? The
right.
Sebastiano, John Van Sebastiano, and the other one.
And Fiddlesticks, right? So, and I called Les Jumeaux the twins because, well, they're two vineyards from the same appellation. They're both from Santa Rita Hills, Fiddlesticks, and John Sebastiano. So I have a little kite here behind me. It's like a fake hawk. It's a kite, looks like a hawk. It scares away all the little starling birds and birds that like to come through the vineyard and pick the grapes. So you can lose 10% of your production from grapes and stuff. So
that's what we call green harvest.
Well, you don't want your wine to taste like bird poop either.
No. So here we have a little leftover Grenache. We're leaving the hang to get it super ripe. We picked most of the Grenache already for the Cuvée Rouge 246, but this is a little bit we're going to pick later, get it a little bit more ripe. Interesting time, you know, we had some real interesting heat spikes, 3 heat waves, and the vines kind of shut down. They kind of like, oh, I'm going to stop producing sugar. So they stalled out. They go into survival mode. So we're trying to mitigate that this year, but it's been the hottest, you know, September, October that I know of lately. So we'll see how the wines come out. I was fortunate to pick my Pinot Noir before any of these heat waves. So the Pinot's tasting wonderful. And so the Rhone varietals like the Syrah, Grenache, you know, I had to really make some judgment calls, and we'll see how they all come out.
Okay, the Pinot Noir, what breaks is important to you? The acidity is important. What is the way you define when to pick up your Pinot Noir?
Well, first and foremost, you pick for flavor. So phenolic ripeness, making sure the seeds are nice and mature and there's good flavor. And then, you know, the bricks will give you your potential alcohol. So I try not to pick above 24 bricks, because otherwise I'll make a too high in alcohol Pinot and not really in balance. And then, of course, you know, acid. If you pick too late, you lose the acid. And so, you know, it's a balance. It's going out in the vineyard every few days to check how the progress is going, and then looking at the forecast. And if it's going to be a huge heat wave, well, then you have to get the fruit off the vine right away. If it's going to be nice and cool, well, maybe you can leave the vine do its thing for a few more days. So you have to be in tune with the forecast, that's for sure, and the temperature.
So I am going to just answer very quickly one of the few texts that I have here on the chat box. Jeffrey, no, Etienne doesn't own any vineyard, so everything that he does, it's a purchased fruit from a long-term relationship with the grower. But your question is actually pretty intriguing. Etienne, do you ask any specification, anything to the grower to make your program happen? Do you have any request when you obviously talk to them about the way you want to pick up your grape or the way that you want them to manage their vineyard?
Absolutely. You know, I'll have like, the vine has to be in balance. So I'll walk through, and if a grower's trying to overcrop and heavily crop my rows, because I get my specific rows, then I'll say we need to thin out the fruit. And they usually do that because the grower wants to make the best product. You know, I'm advertising for them as well. When I have a good Pinot Noir, a good product, they're going to get return business, and then their vineyard gets a little bit more recognition. But yeah, they're in the game, especially in Santa Barbara County, to make a good quality product. Now, if it's the Central Valley, then that area tends to grow for volume, and that's their program. But Santa Barbara County in general, it's for quality. And most of the people here are doing that.
Okay, great. Tell us, can you go down and show us the ground? I mean, to show us the terroir, what is the composition here?
Yeah, so like I said, you know, we have some sandy loam here. So you can see this is like sandy loam, you know. So loam is like vegetative material, and there's some sand here because we're kind of coastal. But also we have some of these rocks here that are like compressed diatomaceous earth. And so that's there. You can see all these little rocks and little pebbles.
So that's easy for irrigation, meaning and the drain of the water will go down to the in an even way to the roots down, correct?
Right. It'll go in there, and the roots will be able to uptake the water efficiently and get its nutrients efficiently. Okay. So clay, like for instance, clay will take in a lot of water and stay wet for a long time, but it does not give up the water to the vines very well or to the roots. It kind of holds it. Where sand will give up the water right away to the roots, but then you have to irrigate it more often because sand dries out faster. So now loam, nice balance of loam will retain moisture, but also give it up to the roots.
Okay. What is the That's the Grenache, correct?
Grenache, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. How old are the vine right here?
These vines right here are 6 years old.
6 years old. And the Pinot Noir pretty much the same?
Pinot Noir is older. It's 8 years old.
Got it. What is the surface? What is the size of the vineyard of Sebastiano?
Sebastiano is about 200 acres.
Okay.
200 acres.
And how many do you think winemaker like yours buying from this property?
There's like 5 winemakers that I know of that buy from this property, but then a lot of it goes through their own brand as well. So they also own Peak Ranch.
Yeah.
So Peak is they have Peak Ranch, and so they bring a lot of the product to Peak.
Got it.
What's that Grenache tasting, Etienne?
Oh, it tasting wonderful. It's nice, nice flavor. So we go through and you taste, and we kind of want to look at the seed. You can see the seed still kind of a little bit on the green side.
Higher, please. Higher. Here, I don't see it. There we go.
You see it? It's tiny. Yeah.
And it's brownish a little bit.
It's starting to brown. It's about 90% brown. But my goal is on this is trying to get it to like it's like a coffee bean, cracking into a coffee bean.
Okay.
If it's too soft, I don't think it's phenolically ready yet. So I want it to be a little bit crunchy, the seed.
Good call, because I'll tell you, we do well with the Cordon Rouge in the store. People love it.
Yeah,
I put it in people's mouths, they love it. So
yeah,
good.
Cuvée Rouge. So it's Grenache predominantly, and then Syrah and Mourvedre. Yeah. GSM.
There we go.
And so the Cuvée Rouge, Cuvée means blend, Rouge is French for red. So that's how I got the label. And then the 246 is that highway right just below me.
Right there.
There's a highway. You see a car going there maybe.
What is the elevation right here?
We're about 100 feet right here.
Okay.
100 feet. We're not too elevated. And over this way is the ocean. We're 15 miles from the ocean.
15
miles.
So is it a lot of ocean influence as well in the vineyard, you think?
Yeah, it's part of the microclimate. It's part of Santa Barbara. It's a big part of Santa Barbara County's climate. Yeah, Point Conception over there, and the winds blow down the coast, and all that marine water goes out to sea, and the cold marine water comes up like a conveyor belt. So it's very cold by Lompoc area where Vandenberg Air Force Base is, Surf Beach. It's very sharky. There've been 3 shark attacks there, and unfortunately the individuals died. So the sharks like it there. It's very cold water. It's very deep, so the sharks can come from the very deep water up to the coastline. But yeah, it does make a nice microclimate. The winds, the ocean there, and that's why Santa Rita has been put on the map because of that.
Lots of sharks also like Napa Valley, Etienne.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fire sharks or yeah, geez. Well, I feel for my brothers up there, my brothers and sisters in Napa, those, that all that fires, and it's just a sad thing, but hopefully it's all out by now. There's nothing left to burn, really.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best of those people up there. Obviously, the smoke didn't affect you very. I mean, did it affect you at all in your where you at in Santa Barbara?
We were worried because some fires, the smoke was coming down the coast in a big whirl, and it was kind of smoky here. But it was early on when the grapes weren't even turning colors. It's called veraison, when they go from green to red. So we weren't really worried. And so yeah, everything, we're checking for smoke taint, nothing here at all. So we're very lucky. And a lot of Napa wineries are actually trying to reach out to growers here to buy grapes, because, well, they just don't have anything there. The smoke taint ruined, hundreds and hundreds of acres of fruit up in Napa.
Yeah, I get you. Can you walk us through the process of the winemaking of the Pinot Noir, please?
Pinot Noir, we pick it early in the morning, bring it to the winery nice and cool, and I destem it. So I remove the stems.
100%?
100%. And it depends on the year. If I have really good stems, good lignification, then I will throw some stems in there. But because of the heat waves that were coming forward, I didn't want to leave the grapes on the vine too long to get that lignification on the stem.
So the 18 has none.
The 18 has none. No, the 18 has none. 19 has some stem in it.
Okay.
But 18 does not. 19 does. And, well, the 2020 in the fermenters right now does not have it.
Okay.
So it's in the fermenters. We ferment for about 25 days. I use a yeast, German yeast called Aspenhausen, and I also use a yeast called from Williams-Salem. It's a winery up north called Williams-Salem, but they have a nice isolate yeast that I use.
Mm-hmm.
And then we age in about 70 to 80% new French oak for at least 16 months to 18 months.
Okay.
So you can smell it. There's a lot of oak impact on that wine. And yeah.
Do you think it will integrate, because it's a very brand new right now, but the integration of the wood we get to it, do you think?
Well, there's a hawk flying right there. I don't know if you guys can see that hawk flying.
We can
Just
hear
give us you hear him?
I hear him.
Yeah.
He's tried. That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's my natural bird control. He eats the birds like starlings. But so yeah, it needs to lay down for a while. The oak will integrate, but it's showing pretty flashy now. I mean, they're already pouring at a restaurant called Toma in Santa Barbara, and they're going through it like 3 cases a week. It's crazy. So yeah, people like, you know, the Pinots with impact, and it has impact with that oak and density.
Got it. That sounds great. Good. What is the production of the Pinot?
The Pinot, we're at 200 cases as well.
200 cases. Okay,
Yeah.
so obviously pretty limited. Got it. Superb.
Yeah.
We're going to thank you very much for the tour. It's just beautiful to be up there. I would love to be in the vineyard right now.
Is it working with Zoom? You guys like it with Zoom? I'm just curious.
Yeah. It's I don't know if everybody enjoyed that very much, but that's giving us a sense.
I love it.
To be up there with you, and it's giving us it's definitely great to be part of it. Is anybody want to help me out here with the description of the description of the Pinot Noir? So obviously, Karen, thank you so much for the Sauvignon Blanc. I'm just going to give the chance to somebody else to get to it. Kat's doing all this, Sarah. So that's going to be let's do a challenge.
I love challenges.
Kat,
Do you
please,
like the picture I put up?
yeah, I love it. So the Cordon, that's actually a great, and you mentioned that the name of Cordon. I don't know if everybody understands what Cordon means, but the name of the brand, I'm going to let actually Etienne answer that because that's his brand. Etienne, can you give us can you tell us a little bit more? Why did you choose Cordon? What's Cordon means?
Well, yeah, it's great that we're in the vineyard too. So this is a cordon arm. Can you see that?
Yeah.
This is the cordon arm. So this is the trunk. This is the cordon arm, and these are called spurs.
Okay.
So I call it Cordon of Santa Barbara, just to ode to the vine. And it's also, cordon's a ribbon. So like the ribbon that goes around Santa Barbara County. So Cordon of Santa Barbara, the ribbon of Santa Barbara, like cordon off an area. And so the focus is a geographical focus on Santa Barbara. And it's just the way you prune a vine.
There you go. That's perfect. It's exactly what the people should remember. And I think this name just makes so much sense.
So,
Kat,
I'm sorry, Bruno, one more thing.
Go ahead.
This is what they call a unilateral cordon.
Okay.
So it's going one way. A bilateral cordon goes left and right.
Cordon
this
double.
one doesn't. Yeah, it's called a bilateral cordon when it goes left and right. This is a unilateral. So we do unilaterals when we have more vines planted per acre. So we're not stressing the vine out and trying to overproduce it.
Got it. And cordon double, that's why you see mostly in France.
Yeah.
Got
well,
it.
we adopt cordon. It's a French term. We've adopted in American viticulture.
Got it. Kat, tell us your feeling about this one. Can you give us maybe the first portion of the testing, and maybe Sarah want to take the last portion of the testing. This way we can hear both of you girls. Thank you.
Awesome. Female power.
Yes.
So for me, this is, you know, the oak does stand out, but I think it's fun because at this point, yes, it's very accessible for a lot of different people. But I love that on the nose, you get this impression that there's going to be an overwhelming sense of fruit coming through, which is great. But on the palate, for somebody that wants more angular and kind of that structured minerality, it really shines through that way. So you're getting kind of the Goldilocks, both great things coming together. And I love that. And I'm glad that I Corvin this, because I'm going to let this sit for a few months and then keep going back to it. So thank you, all of you. And I'll tag Sarah in now.
Thank you. Thank you, Katja. Great description. Thanks so much. Sarah, let's go to unmute you and tell us your feeling about this wine. There you go.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Well, first of all, hi.
Hello.
When I put my nose in the glass, it took me immediately to Santa Barbara, like my first visit there over 15 and a half years ago. So that was really exciting.
Point. That's what I love.
That is, I mean, I got like chills. So I'm going to piggyback on what Kat said and maybe talk more about the fruits and the notes I got there. Obviously both the black and red cherry, some dark soil, really pretty light floral notes, almost like a deep red rose. The palate was a lot of fun. Fruit was confirmed. I got almost like a slight milk chocolate in the beginning, but the fun part was the finish for me. There was this spice finish, and I keep coming back to white pepper, and it's not as prominent as the white pepper you would find in, out of Rhone Valley, but there's a reason why I like Rhone wines and why I like Gruner Veltliners. It's that white pepper. I was getting some of those notes. So, but just really delicate on the palate and delicious, and I love it. So thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. So Sarah is in Vegas, for the people who don't know her. You obviously are a great sommelier in the Bellagio still?
Yes, not back to work yet. Fingers crossed though.
Awesome, fair. Very soon, very soon. Yeah. We need to keep working on this palette to be sure you don't forget about anything.
Absolutely.
That's why we're doing those Breakfast of Champions. Exactly. Is anybody else want to add? I need the male to actually take over, because the lady's taking over the description here. What is the brave guy up there? Then can I know Cort, so talk for a minute. Sorry, I forgot most about you, Cort. You did a great job. Do you want to talk more about this Pinot Noir, Cort? Or you good? Mute. There we go.
Am I live?
Live.
You can hear me?
Very well.
Well, actually, I have three things. One, what I wanted to do real quickly today is kind of put a couple of these wines with food. As you know, that's what I do. And that's what one of the things we're famous for in our steakhouse is our winemaker dinners and our pairings. So if I'm going back to our white wine, to our Sauvignon Blanc, I'm thinking the first thing that I thought about was some of Douglas's beautiful seared scallops. And if you put that over just, you could almost, and one of the things we've been doing lately is you could just set it over a little bit of ratatouille that's sitting underneath it. And that, I think that the acid in that white with a nice seared diver scallop would just be wonderful. So that would be my pairing on number one.
That's great.
Or mushroom risotto. Gary Miner's weighing in here.
Mushroom
I
risotto.
think you could do that too, Gary. And with this one just screams duck to me. I was first thinking duck confit, and then I thought, let's back off of the heat of that and let's move to like a duck salad. I think a duck salad for this. It's beautiful because it's it's a nice medium-bodied, easy to drink Pinot versus some of the ones, especially down from Santa Barbara, they can kind of step on you if you're into the big earthy stuff, versus the Oregon, which is more fruit forward, and this has just got a beautiful balance, and I think those would be the two things that I would put.
Thank you, Cort. I really appreciate that, because that's exactly what we want to do when we do testing. We think about food, and when we're eating, we think about wine. And I know we have this huge that in common together, and then we do those wine testing together. It's always a blast to be at your table and have the chef cooking for us. Thank you to share the passion with us. And I think then everybody do need these pairing ideas when they build their program to see what they have on the menu and which wine will match the best. I love the dog as well. What is the name of the dog again?
Well, that one's, we've got 3 of them in here. We've got Enzo, Sarge, and Bella, and that's Bella over here with Marianne, who's sitting next to me drinking a little of the wine. But I do have a question for Etienne too.
Okay, go ahead.
You mentioned the military background. Do you happen to know someone named Colin Sipko?
I know Subco very well.
Yeah.
I know Colin. He used to be my boss.
Yeah, he was the commander of the team, wasn't he?
Yeah, he still is. He's in the reserves.
Yeah.
He's in my reserve unit.
Yeah, he and I know each other really well. His father worked for me for 20 years.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, he went to Naval Academy. Nice guy. Let's get a winemaker dinner going with Colin and his family. Jeez.
Oh, absolutely. Come up to my steakhouse, man. We'll get it rocking. We've got some fun stories, Colin and I, sitting down at dinner.
In Reno, right?
Carson City.
Carson City. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm gonna ski Mount Rose and then eat dinner.
There you go.
I love Mount Rose.
That's great. Thank you so much, Carl, to share that with us. I really appreciate that. Is anybody else has any question about this pairing? Frederic, my friend Frederic from Alexander Steakhouse in Pasadena, California. What's going on, buddy? Thank you so much to be here. You have your Lakers jersey on. I love that.
Yeah, question. Met Etienne back in the days when he was with Bilo.
Yeah, Bilo.
Yeah,
that we sold the brand.
Yes, I saw that.
And now I just focus on Cordon of Santa Barbara.
That's very good. Yeah, Jamie is gone up north, so you had to find someone else to sell your wine. Yeah. What are the clone you're using for the Pinot? It's very Burgundian.
667 and Pomard.
Yeah,
so a Pomard clone.
No wonder. Yeah, very good. I love it. I'm getting some.
Thank you, Frederic, for the long-time support. I really appreciate that.
Come up to the winery sometime. If you're in the Buellton area, come visit me.
I remember Etienne. Hey, if you come up, I have the boat in Santa Barbara. You can sleep on the boat.
Yeah. Well, now he has an apartment in Buellton, which is very convenient. And is anybody, I know Etienne love to have people up there to share his passion and to show people around. Always be such a great guy as far as getting people around the city and the vineyard and all that. I really appreciate every of you guys making this happen. You know, we're trying to make this happen every other week. I am not going to announce today what we're going to do in 2 weeks, but we are going to continue to make this happen because I feel that this is what it's important to get together and share the passion what we do in the morning. If you do have any other question, please do that. So if not, I want to keep that to an hour, and I'm right there at a minute. So I definitely would like to start announcing the prices. Before I do that, I'm going to turn off the recording. This recording session is going to be available online. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. So you're welcome to use this for POS or use that for staff training. I think it's a lot of information, and we can retrieve those information. It will be attached to all the presentation and the maps that I tried to share with you, which didn't go through, but you will get a copy of it for sure. If anybody has any question, we are good. So I am going to thank you again to Etienne. Thank you to everyone. I really appreciate that. It was a great session. We were, many of us, enjoying this day. I think we were 33, 34 of us today. Pretty good, very impressive. Everybody from Los Angeles, San Diego, to Orange County, to Reno, Carson City, Lake Tahoe, and as well Reno. I want to thank you very, very much to support this program with us at Hillside and Regency Wine. Thank you again.
Hey, Bruno, can I say something? Bruno.
Yes, of course you can say something.